Good morning, dear students. How's going on? Hope you all are doing well at home. We will continue our studies regarding tenses. Today we are going to study about future perfect tense. Already we have learned present perfect and present perfect continuous. Today we will continue with past perfect tense. Okay. Past perfect tense is used to denote an action regarding the time. For example, it will tell you the distant past. I told you that present perfect, there is a connection with the present. Present perfect. Even though the action is completed, it has a connection with the present. But past perfect, the action must have completed in the past. And when we compare the simple past and past perfect, the more distant action will be taken place in the past perfect tense, and the less distant action will be in the simple past tense. For example, listen to this sentence. I understood that I had taught the lesson. Okay, and which is the first action that has taken place here? First action is I had taught the lesson. Later only I understood. So this is the second action. So if we talk about two actions like this, for the distant action we use past perfect tense, and the less distant action we take simple past tense. So it will be coming together, simple past tense, past perfect. I understood that I had taught the lesson. I had taught the lesson that happened first. Later only I understood that had taken. Another example, he felt that Shyam had been sick. Okay, first action, what is the first action? Shyam had been sick. And later only he felt. So for the distant action we use past perfect. Another usage is if we speak about a past action without reference of time, and if it must have happened in the past, then we can use past perfect. For example, Ram had spoken regarding the topic. We do not know when he has spoken. No. About what? Sorry. The time is not given there. So, without mentioning the time, we can use past perfect tense. Ram had spoken regarding the topic. These are the two uses. And we tell about two actions and in the same sentence. For the distant action we use past perfect, and for the less distant action we use simple past. That's the first use. Second use is that if we are talking about a fact that happened in the past, without mentioning the time, we can use past perfect. The structure, let's see the structure. Ram had spoken regarding the topic. Subject, then have forms. Have forms, past form is had. V3. Okay. Had spoken. Always V3 will be there with perfect tense. Subject, had plus V3. And if there is anything else after that, can add like adverbs, adjectives, etc. Okay, and if you want to make it into an external question, what should be done? How to take auxiliary verb first. What is the auxiliary verb? Had is the auxiliary verb. So we must take this auxiliary verb first. Had Ram spoken regarding the topic? Okay, that's an external question. Answer will be yes or no. And if we want to make it into a negative external question, we have to use had it along with had not. Short form is had it. Had it Ram spoken regarding the matter. Okay. And if it is negative sentence means we have to use here had it. Ram had it spoken regarding the topic. Okay. And if you want to make it in external question, WH word you must place first. WH word. Here we use both. Both will be placed first, and after that the same that we have used in external question. Would have Ram spoken about. Okay. So this is the structure of past perfect tense, and also I told you about the use. Okay. Let's go on with past perfect continuous tense. What to use past perfect continuous tense? If the action continued for a long period of time in the past, we use past perfect continuous tense. And we use present perfect continuous tense if the action continue for a long period of time and it must have started in the past, still it continues. But in the past perfect continuous tense, the action must have started in the past and it continued for a long period of time in the past, and it must have ended at a particular point of time in the past. Okay, so the actions that are continued for a long period of time in the past, we use past perfect continuous tense. Okay. See this sentence. By this time, I had been practicing for the annual day. Last year, for example, and just go back to last year. Last year, this is now, October, November. And by this time, we were practicing for annual day. That means that continued for a long period of time. By this time, I had been practicing for annual day. Okay. So, what is the structure of the sentence? Subject had plus been plus ing form. Continuous. In order to mention continuous, we use ing form. Okay. In order to mention past, we use had. And what is to be added extra? That is been. Okay. This is the structure of the sentence. Let's see another sentence. She had been staying with her uncle for 3 months. For you already have studied verb to use for and verb to use since. Since if you use, then it must have thought about the starting point. Okay, for 3 months there is no mention when, isn't it? Only the duration is mentioned. So when you use for, you will be discussing about the duration, and since when you use, it tells about the starting point. Okay, and see the sentence. She had been staying with her uncle for 3 months. Already she must have stayed and she must have departed from there. Now she is not there. That's the meaning of this sentence because it is used in past perfect continuous tense. She had been staying with her uncle for 3 months. Let's see another sentence. They had been practicing football since their childhood. Childhood, there is a beginning point of time is there. So you can use the since. They had been practicing football. It continued for a long period of time. That is why you can use past perfect continuous tense. The structure, subject, had, been, ing form of the verb. If there is object, then object. Otherwise, adverb, adjective, etc. Okay, and how to make it into yes or no question? How to place had first. Had they been practicing football since their childhood? And if you want to make it into negative, what you must do? Only you have to add not. They hadn't been practicing football since their childhood. In order to make yes or no question, what must be done? What must be placed before had? What must be placed before had? What had they been practicing since their childhood? Okay, I think that the structure will be clear for you. Another usage is since, for, or used to. Since I told you where to use. Since means when you tell about a past perfect or perfect continuous action, which tells about the beginning point of time, the starting point. Then we use since. And where we use for, it gives more importance to the duration than the beginning time. Okay, and if an action was started in the past and ended in the past for a duration, then you use for. And if it was started in the past at a particular point of time and it must have ended in the particular point of time, then you use since. The used to, you know that that will be used in simple past only, but the meaning almost similar to past perfect continuous because it must have continued as a regular practice. For example, he used to take milk in the morning. That must have been a practice that he had in his childhood. So in order to mention that, we use used to. Used to tells about a habitual action that happened, that must have happened in the past. I think that is clear. Okay, now we go on with future perfect tense. Future perfect tense, if we have already studied, since we have already studied present perfect and past perfect, you know where to use future perfect. The action must have completed in the past. It talks about an action that must have completed in the past at a definite point of time. See this example, sorry. I will have painted the drawing by next month. Okay, what is the time implication here? By next month. That's a definite point of time. This is not a period of time, point of time in the future. Okay, so the action will be completed in the future particular point of time. See this example. I will have painted the drawing by next month. This is the definite point of time when you must complete your work. Okay, this talks about the deadline of the time. Okay, and structure, subject plus will or shall plus V3 plus object or whatever is left in the sentence. Okay, and here rather than will, shall will be right. I shall, we shall. For the first person we can use shall. I shall have completed or painted the drawing by next month. Subject will or shall plus have plus V3 plus object. Okay, how to make it into yes or no question? Place this will or shall. Shall I have completed the drawing by next month? Already shall we have completed. Shall I have. Okay. And how to make it into negative sentence? I will not have painted the drawing by next month. Or I won't have painted the drawing by next month. Okay, means will not or won't. Both are right. One is we use the loud form, and another is contracted form. Word is a contracted form of will not. And how to make WH question? WH word you must place before this question. Yes or no question. When will I have painted the drawing? When will I have painted the drawing? The last tense, future perfect continuous tense. Since we have already learned what is present perfect continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense, we almost have an idea what to use future perfect continuous tense. Okay, and what to use present perfect continuous if it continues for a long period of time and also it continues now. Okay, if it is a short period we use present continuous tense and long period of time present perfect continuous tense. Past perfect, if it continued for a certain period of time in the past we use past continuous. If it continued for a long period of time in the past we use past perfect continuous tense. Similar way, future also, future continuous we use for an action that continued for a certain period of time in the future. And future perfect continuous tense will be used for an action that will be continued, started at a particular point of time and will be continued till a particular point of time in the future. Okay, it will be continuing for a duration, for a long period of time in the future. Okay, let's see this example. By the end of the next month, my brother will have been driving for 2 months. Okay, by the end of next month, my brother will have been driving for 2 months. Already the action must have started and it will be continued for the next month. Okay, so similar way we use for, since, etc. in the same case. Okay, that you should not forget. So the action will be continued in the future. The structure, what is the structure? Let's see the next sentence. We will have been waiting for him since morning. That will happen in the future. Okay, maybe tomorrow. We will have been waiting for him since morning. Subject be. We know shall. Shall is better. We shall. Had. Been. ING form. Okay, rest. We will have been waiting for him since morning. Okay, and what is the, how to make it into a SOL question? We have to place will be first. Will we have been waiting for him since morning? Okay, how to make it into negative? We won't have been, or we will not have been waiting for him since morning. And WH question, WH word first, then the rest that we have used in SOL question only. When will we have been waiting for him? Okay. So now you must study the structure of the sentence and only it will be clear for you. I think that when I evaluated paper of your last two tenses, that is present, sorry, two tenses in the sense that for each tense two. Present, simple present, present continuous, simple past, past continuous, simple future, future continuous. We have conducted a unit test, and from that I understood that you are not at all thorough with the tenses. Many of you got low marks because you are not at all thorough with the tenses. Study the structure of the sentence, structure of the tense in each, structure of the sentence in each tense. You are not at all thorough. Okay, and after that, you must know how to make it into a question. And many of you have done your questions like this. For example, if it is, I was reading, or when was I reading? Instead of that, you have used when I was reading. Okay, now first auxiliary verb. After the WH word, you must place auxiliary verb. When was I reading? That's right. Okay, and one of you asked me after the correction, what's the mistake there? That is a mistake, that's a main mistake. Because there should be an order of the question and sentences. Okay, be thorough with the structure of the sentences. Okay, and with this we stop our study regarding the tenses. But this is basic of all other grammar sections. If you know it well, then only we can proceed with other usages or other grammar parts. So study it clearly, be thorough with the structure and the uses. Okay, and please do the exercise in page numbers. I think that you must have done the exercise that was there in the previous class pages 73, 74, then 75, 76, 77, then 80, 82, 83, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89 and 90. So many exercises are there. Please do it. Once you do the exercise, first you study and do. Otherwise it will be difficult for you. If you copy only, you won't understand anything. First do the exercise, and after that only when I send the answers, you just check whether your answers are right. Otherwise, you won't learn anything if you are just copying. Please do it by yourself first, and after that only correct it with the answers that I sent. Okay, children, please study it very clearly. Okay, thank you.